Hello, dear friends. I wanted to apprise you of certain instances which is hogging the headlines these days. That is about our nationalist industrialist Adani's indictment in a district court by the in the United States about certain cases of corruption. We do not know what are the basis of that. So, a fundamental question arises is quo warranto. Does the district court in US have the jurisdiction? Are there mutual legal assistance treaties, or there are extraditions and other joint working group mechanisms with United Nations for United States of India and India, between India and USA, for dealing with criminal matters? I am sure there will be many institutional mechanisms, bilateral mechanisms established for this very purpose. In the given set of circumstances, why did the district court or the prosecution which arraigned the case before the district court jump the gun? Was it not for district courts to have raised this issue, or the prosecution should have considered this before, whether institutional mechanisms are there? I am not supporting any Adani, or I am not saying that he has done X or Y or whatever it is. I am just saying the procedure, the hurry with which it has been put through. We all know that justice hurried is justice buried. Is it not a case of justice buried? Number two, the essence of principle of natural justice is reasonable opportunity. What was the reasonable opportunity accorded to the person who stands indicted? Reasonably or unreasonably is $1,000,000 question. This begs an answer. Third, this is about an Indian having a deal with an Indian state or another Indian as a business partner, as a transaction, business transaction. What conclusions can be made that it was a case of bribe and not any payment or deferment of any consideration? We do not know whether it was a legitimate consideration, a part of the contract, or whatever agreement, or whatever it is, or a liability being settled. We do not know about that. These things have not been raised. Any bribery case, of course, it does have a consideration, but it is a illegal consideration. But here, an indictment has taken place, so proper consideration, what was availed and all, should have been brought out. Just because somebody brought a tape with them, is it admissible as evidence? Has it been corroborated by any scientific or public evidences? And what is the cause of action? Has the Government of India lodged any complaint? No. Is anybody in this thing has lodged a complaint? If so, what was his locus standi? Is he an affected party? These are very basic legal themes. A first year law student will know this. Under what authority has the district court has treated this as a petition and has treated the charge, tried it and given an indictment? It is very, very interesting. I do not think the US best of the law schools, we have Yale, Harvard Law School. They are the best law schools in the world, they claim to be. So, certainly the district judge would have been one of the alumni of any of these top law schools of the United States, and he would not have gone through this. Adani for himself is quite an Indian asset. He is an Indian asset, he is a financial asset for the India, he is one of the top employment provider, he is one of the top taxpayers in the country, and he is also doing into a lot of corporate social responsibilities. Does he need to be treated like this? But more importantly, I am aghast at the political responses to this indictment. No sooner did the news was published than one of our leading opposition party person, a leading opposition party leader comes out and says he should be arrested. Is he privy to any such thing that he can say for sure that the indictment is correct? Under what authority did he say that? Does he not, or does those federal states in which his own party is ruling, their chief minister don't deal with Adani? Will it issue an embargo to Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal or Karnataka, wherever they are, to their state chief minister, his own party men, not to have any commercial dealing with Adani Group in the light of the stand being had by him? Reasonably or unreasonably, I do not know. He should give in a direction that his chief minister should desist from having any commercial deal with Adani. Will he do that? Will he have the gall to do it? I doubt. So, the leader of opposition and other such leaders who are clapper boys to him cannot simply run with the hare and hunt with the hound. They need, first thing is clarity. Bharat Sarvottam, and when reading industrialist and employment provider, employment generator is attacked like this, all the political parties, irrespective of their ideology, should come number one, should speak in the same voice. Number two, very, very important, is it a larger conspiracy against the nation? Extremely sad. Number three, people seem to be enjoying that Adani lost a deal with Kenya and he lost out to China, and the same people have still not come clean on the MOU they signed with China in 2008. What was that MOU with Communist Party of China? International Liaison Department. Let me clarify here that ILD is the intelligence wing of the Chinese Communist Party. Does the nation not seek an answer for this? How dare do they go? There are many legal instrumentalities through which it could have been attacked. But out of the box, scoring political points, denigrating the top industrialist of the country is not acceptable. The nation should give a solid response to it. When our own officers did gain something for meeting David Coleman Hadley, who is in the Chicago jail, we had faced a lot of political inertia. Notwithstanding that, David Coleman Hadley's interview was taken. Before that, there were several, and now with Tawahur or Rana also the same thing, questions of double jeopardy and all legal concepts, the same fair justice concept which they were peddling now are not being peddled by the United States, or not being peddled by opposition parties who were in power at that time, who had faced those volleys in support of their own Bharat. Ironically, there also David Coleman Hadley's interview in Chicago court, I have written extensively in my book that it was a fixed match. Nobody from the investigation team, that is the Bombay crime branch, went and interviewed him or recorded his statement as per the provisions of the then criminal procedure code. It was a team handpicked by the then Home Minister P. Chidambaram, who were sent, who went and interviewed him, submitted a tour report which was excised or redactor or whatever I want to say, that P. Chidambaram knows it, what part he redacted. So, these things have to be seen. So, these are all questions which the opposition leader who has raised the question of arrest of Adani, first he should answer the nation before he precipitates this crisis. It is not one Adani, it is not one Ambani, it is not one Tata. It is the economic might of the growing nation. The nation's juggernaut of economy is moving. We are almost reaching out to a 5 trillion economy. At this stage, to raise such vociferous tendencies is not acceptable. Will the leader of opposition who asked for his arrest answer the nation? He should answer to the nation. The nation owes an answer from him. He should come clean out. Thank you very much.